What's up gamers, Patty here, and today I wanted to do a brief little one. I am super hype about Leagues 4. If you guys don't know, Leagues 4 is a temporary game mode. Everybody's an Ironman. You have extremely accelerated everything, XP, monster drops, everything, but it's a really good time. It's all about completing different tasks in game. Anyways, all of you guys already know that. But today, what came out was the first leak. Every single day, they're going to be leaking a little bit more about some of the things that they're going to implement in this version of the leagues. And I wanted to talk about the first one because they have released the first one of the new relics. So if you didn't play the original Trailblazer, the way that the relics work is once you get to a certain amount of points, you unlock the ability to choose a relic. You get a choice between some relics, and then you are locked in on that. You cannot change it. I'm not sure if they're going to switch that up about this one. And then there's passive effects. They've announced that each individual relic will also have a passive effect, so I'm not sure if I just read that wrong or if the tier itself has a passive effect like they did in the first Trailblazers. Like with the first one, tier 1, you got run energy will never drain, which is fantastic. That's one of the worst parts about early Ironman is not being able to run everywhere. Anyways, this is what they released today, is the first one of these. Don't pay attention to these right here. These are just from the last one, so they might have some of these in Leagues 4, but these are old, and this is not like really confirmed or anything on these. But what is confirmed is going to be what we're looking at next. I just wanted to briefly go over this first relic because I believe that it is extremely strong. Cool, here we are. I took this off of the Old School RuneScape X, formerly known as Twitter page. I wish they released it somewhere else. They probably did, but I just didn't see it. This is where I found it. Anyways, the first one that we will be looking at is Trickster. They have not announced which tier this is. Just looking at it, it is an early game skilling type of relic, so I'm gonna guess it's gonna be first or second here, just from where this would help you most. This is definitely going to help you way more in the early game than it is in the late game. But let's go over each and every part of this. Okay, so the first 3 parts of this are based off of the thieving skill, and I do think that this is the strongest part of this. Basically, you will automatically re-pickpocket your target. So you click once and it's just going to keep on re-pickpocketing, which is pretty cool. It's just going to make everything super AFK, and it's actually going to make everything 3 times as AFK because our coin pouch limit is going to be multiplied by 3. I personally am of the opinion they should get rid of the coin pouches entirely. It was a terrible, it was the worst update they have ever put out in Old School RuneScape. Debate me on that one. Anyways, you'll have 3 times as much AFK time while pickpocketing. Everything is doubled, so you don't need to go get the rogue outfit. I'm not going to be unlocking the area where you get the rogue outfit anyway, so that wouldn't apply to me personally. But yeah, you basically get a free rogues outfit in here, and everything will be noted, which will be really good for the next point that I wanted to make. You can also never fail any actions for thieving, agility, hunter, and firemaking. I think thieving is obviously the strongest part of this, and what I'm talking about is the 2 endgame thieving methods. There's going to be either thieving elves for the enhanced crystal shards, which is going to give you a lot of crystal shards, which you can use for your crystal armor and your bofa if you are going that direction. Personally, I am not going to be unlocking the elf region at all, but I will be unlocking Mauritania for the Theater of Blood, and this will be great for pickpocketing Vires, for blood shards, for blood furies. This is going to allow you to get, what is that, 28 times 3, math is really hard, 70 something, 74 pickpockets in a row? That's probably wrong. But it's going to give you a ton of pickpockets in a row on these. I think it's 1 in 5,000 for blood shards, so you can just totally AFK up a ton of double noted blood shards this way. The annoying thing about Vires is that they would have dropped you things that were not noted and fill up your inventory, which would make this less AFK. But since they're all noted, I feel like when they were designing the Trickster Relic, this was specifically designed for Vires. Another really cool thing that I wish they would just implement in the main game is the Sage's Greaves. They're going to grant agility XP that scales with your agility level just while running around, so you won't have to train agility. This is really good because when you're playing in leagues, there are certain area related tasks that have to do with getting certain amounts of laps on agility courses. This makes it so that while running around in the game, you're passively training up your agility level, which would make you able to access higher level courses without having to grind your agility out on the lower ones. And also this will just give you a passive way to get to 99 and the 25 million XP achievements. I'm not sure how much XP this is going to give you, whether it's going to really be that substantial and whether you're going to have to train it anyways on top of this. My hope is that it would be substantial enough to circumvent having to train it at all. All of the rest of this is like kind of weak in my opinion. Box traps lure creatures faster. This could be good if you're like trying to catch chins or something. I know there were some achievements and some of the other ones for catching chins if you choose the wilderness and like some of the other things, but I don't really see that as that good. Loot from box traps is doubled. That is really good. Actually, the conjunction of those two, that's pretty good. You're gonna massively increase your output depending on how quickly it lures them. Then your 3 ticking it on top of that, it's gonna make chins very, very fast. Impling jars can't break, so that's kind of cool. You'll be able to kind of just like farm up eclectics and some of the other ones that way. Burning up to 9 logs simultaneously, you're just going to be able to train fire making really, really fast, which will be good for the 99 achievement, maybe some of the other achievements, not achievements, but tasks. Anyways, will this be worth you picking and using this one? That's really going to depend on what else it's up against. Usually these are up against similar other relics, so since this one is focusing on thieving, agility, hunter, and fire making, I would expect some of the other ones to be focused on other things. These are the kind of like miscellaneous skills. I'd guess there's going to be one that will be production skills, and then there's going to be another one that will be gathering skills. Obviously, this hasn't been announced yet. I'm just speculating. But whether you should choose this one or the other ones is really going to depend on how strong the other ones are up against this. But just looking at this, I do find that this one is extremely strong, and I'm extremely excited to get into this. We're less than 2 weeks, 2 weeks away from Leagues 4. I plan on taking at least a week off right in the beginning, putting out daily content. Make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.